This is Matrixlord212, and welcome to my live stream. Hello, everybody. Okay, so we got some good news with box office, and we got some bad news and news. So let's talk about it. I just got the update before. It was a little mixed communication with the site, but Godzilla, King of Monsters, is number one for the weekend. 49,000,000, 25,000. Now, here's the thing that we were talking about on the cast. Right now, as it stands, Godzilla has worldwide 179,025,000. Now, that's a lot better than the other day, like yesterday. Like in the wee hours of the morning, we were doing the cast, me and Chris. And I actually, after we got off the air, I was researching it because the numbers that we got were really low. And I was listening to Chris and I went to other box office sites. And it turns out that the numbers that I got for Friday were with worldwide numbers. It was close to like 100 million almost. It was like 97 million total. So today, there was a couple of things. We got the box office numbers. I usually use Box Office Mojo, but they updated a couple of times in the span of a couple of minutes and things changed a couple times. So now is the definitive number on, like, it's an estimate because they don't really know what Sunday numbers are going to be. They're projecting it. So there'll be a deviance tomorrow afternoon, probably about 4 o'clock or 3 or 4 o'clock, or maybe after 4. But for now, Godzilla has in worldwide 179,025,000. Now, here's the thing. We were hearing that they have the budget listed that it was 170 million. We were hearing that it was more than that. So I'm going to just go with what they say here because usually when they list it, but then again, we still need to make, I mean, it basically beat its budget for the weekend. 170 million, 179 million. It still needs to do, like, it definitely has to beat the original Godzilla. Well, not the original, but Godzilla from 2014. Okay, but this is promising. Now, the thing that hurt it unexpectedly is the fact that Aladdin, even in the number 2 spot, made like $42 million, which just what? So now Aladdin worldwide has 445,932,174. It is doing excellent. It is a success already because it had $183 million budget. That's going to be blown away. I mean, it's probably going to cross over 600 million. Doing excellent. Rocketman is even doing it, like it crushed its budget too. 40 million, it made 56 million. 56,200,000. So that's doing excellent. Ma is a success because these horror movies, these movies that they make, they have so little budget. So it's like $5 million budget, but it did 21 million. So just like Brightburn, that's a success. John Wick made more money than the other John Wick movies. 221,652,812. Definitely earned a John Wick 4, which is excellent. And the big thing here is Endgame. Now, again, I mentioned the number. If you remember the podcast in the wee hours of the morning, I mentioned a number for Avengers, and I got the number like exact. But I thought it was going to finish off at that number, 2,713,000,000. It has that now. So here's the situation: to tie Avatar, it needs to make 74,763,303. To beat it, of course, even 75 million. That's what we need. And again, it is really hard to see if it's going to do that. Again, the other movie that's doing well, Pokemon Pikachu, 392 million. That's still going strong. Booksmart was number 8, did 14 million. That's doing well. Brightburn has 24 million, and that's doing well. The Hustle, Not sure if that's doing well. I think it is 73 million, close to 74. Dog's Journey, 55 million. But again, I don't know what the budget is. So, all these, I think the thing me and Chris were talking about is that we thought it was going to do so much better, Godzilla, but it's because of the variety of stuff that is out there that people can see anything. You want to go see a Disney live action movie, you got Aladdin. You want to see a horror movie, you got Ma, and you got Brightburn. What's up, Brian? You want to see a comedy, you see The Hustle, Rebel Wilson, there's so much stuff to see, you know. There's Rocket Man if you want, if you like Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, like, there's a wide variety. What I'm hoping that Godzilla really could stay number one, but that's highly unlikely because the X-Men Dark Phoenix is coming out next week. So, well, this week actually. So, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, at least if Godzilla was number two, the only thing I kind of wish that Avengers had higher numbers too. But again, I understand. I said once Godzilla comes out, it's probably going to be over for Avengers. Monday will get a little bit of foreign numbers coming in. Okay. Oh, how'd you like Bohemian Rhapsody, Brian? I'm reading the comments from the chat. Brian had just said that he saw Bohemian Rhapsody. I still want to see that. He'll tell me. I'll read everybody's stuff off as we do the stream. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, Avatar. I mean, the thing is with Avengers, we're going to get a little bit of foreign numbers on Monday, which might boost it to like 7,316,000,000 maybe. And then it's just a game to see how much it could survive with all these movies coming out. Can Avengers Endgame now stay in the top 10? Because I know I said it ain't gonna do it if it's not in the top 5. But the only way it can is if it stays in the top 10 for like months, just hanging in there, pulling in 10 million a week or something, whatever. It's going to be so crazy because sometimes you get a jump that, people will just be in the mood and the Avengers will jump up higher and they'll do better. It just happens like that. Oh, you like the movie a lot more than you thought you were, right, Brian? Hey, what's up, Masung Park? Yes, Godzilla, King of the Monsters is excellent. Please go see it. Please go see it. You have to see it. If you're a Godzilla fan, you have to see it. Now, the only thing when I go see it the second time, I'm not going to go to the theater with the enhanced sound. I want to go to the theater with the enhanced picture because I'm going to blow my ears open with that thing. And, as much as I love Godzilla, I don't want to be deaf for all the movies to come afterwards. So I definitely, now that I got the experience with the special theater Apex thing that I went to with the superior sound, now I want to see it in a better, like a IMAX or something like that. That's what I want to see it in. Which, if I did go see Godzilla in IMAX, it would be the first movie I saw in IMAX, believe it or not. So that's what I want to see. And again, I'm not going to spoil Godzilla for you. You know who's in it. You got to go see it. It has awesome actresses and actors in it. I mean, Vera Farmiga, I love her from Bates Motel. I love her from like all the movies that she does. She's amazing. Brian is talking about Bohemian Rhapsody. You got the full album of Queen on iTunes. Oh, okay. Listen, be careful with iTunes, bro. They just got the announcement today that iTunes, no more. No more. This is what I heard. It was a story about it. I don't know if it's completely, 100% true, but they're saying to get rid of iTunes. So, see where you're gonna buy your stuff now. I don't know if that means you're gonna lose all your stuff. I don't know, but that was on. I think it was Dark Horizons had an article, Brian, about it. So check that out. Anyway, me and Sharon want to see Ma. That's something I want to see. I do want to see Brightburn. Yes, I'm not crazy about Aladdin. I'll wait for that to go on cable. X-Men definitely want to see that, like, this week. Oh, you gotta go. Okay, thank you, sir. See you on the next stream. Enjoy your day, guys. I mean, right now the weather's nice here. I don't know where you're from, but it's gonna rain and pour later. But what else do we have to talk about? So yeah, Godzilla. Please go see Godzilla. It's an excellent movie. John Wick, I still want to see also. There's so much stuff. That's what we were talking about yesterday. There's so much variety to see. Yeah, this was gonna have to. People are gonna have to go see Endgame again. I mean, I just want it to do so well, you know. You saw it 5 times? Yeah, Joe saw it 5 times too. Right. Wow. That's awesome. I haven't had my coffee this morning, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just like gobbling it down. All right, so let's look at let me see if I can get that thing for you, Brian, because I don't know exactly what that means with the iTunes thing, but I saw that today. Okay. Brian, I might send you this article on let me see if I can send this to you. Just let me know if you got it, all right? Hold on. Let's see. On the Google Hangout. I'll send this to you. This thing ever loads. Come on. All right, Brian, I'm sending you this article, right? Just let me know if you got it. All right, dude? Just tell me if that's of any importance, or should you be worried? Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see X-Men opening night, but I don't know if that's going to be a reality. Probably going to have to see it on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, Brian, I sent you the article, so take a look at that and see what that means, and decipher it, and tell me if that's something to be worried about if you have iTunes. So, X-Men, I mean, here's the thing. It looks similar to Last Stand, you know? And I'm like, I hope it's good. But Scott's reaching out to me now. What's up, Scott? What happened? Where is Scott? You at work, Scott? Let's see. It's a little slow, I understand, but come on. Oh, you're at work. Okay. Catch you later, bro. So yeah, as far as like what I'm doing, like on my side projects, like I said, book 13 is done. I just got to publish it. Funds are not there yet. Working on multiple books right now, you know, in my spare time. I'm playing my PlayStation 4 and try to get another platinum trophy with Spyro 2, Riptor's Rage. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm going to be going places this week, probably in the city, probably in Jersey, probably film stuff. I had put stuff on Facebook page, Matrixlord212. So you guys can check that out. Don't know if I'm necessarily doing all that stuff though this week, but so who's around? Anybody around today? You guys are out? Let's see. Let's see what else I could see. Oh, what did Dumbo do? Dumbo still hasn't. Oh, it's close to 350, really. Okay. I mean, it's basically almost done, but Captain Marvel, yeah, that's done. Was that on DVD and Blu-ray, right? 1,127,488,788. Okay. So, release schedule. So we got X-Men and Secret Life of Pets coming out. So what's getting knocked out of the top 5, I wonder? Looks like Godzilla's going to stay. Looks like Aladdin's going to stay. So it's probably going to be like Dark Phoenix, number 1. Godzilla, number 2. Aladdin, number 3. Secret Life of Pets, number 4. And John Wick, number 5, maybe. Avengers, maybe number 6 still. I hope it can stay there. But, and then we got the week after, we have Men in Black. So, and Shaft. So that's going to be a thing. I think Men in Black's going to be number 1. So let's predict, when will Avengers Endgame get dropped out of the top 10? Like I said, originally I wanted it to beat Avatar by June 14th. But maybe that's when it's going to end its run. I don't know. We're just going to be watching this box office carefully because, I mean, if it doesn't end on the 14th, you got Child's Play and Toy Story and on the 21st of June, and then yesterday and on the 28th, nothing's really coming out. I mean, maybe you know what I could say? The thing that would be the nail in the coffin, if it's not already, when Spider-Man comes out, then that would be, if it doesn't get knocked out already, that would be officially. But then, if Avengers can survive to Far From Home, right, it will get a boost from Far From Home, because that's what Captain Marvel did. So what I'm hoping is that Disney will expand the theaters with Avengers Endgame when Far From Home comes out. And then maybe we'll beat Avatar. I'm hoping. You know what? Maybe there's a chance, guys. Maybe there's a chance. I mean, if we can be in the theater still till July, we got a shot. Because, again, I know Disney's going to ask the theaters to boost Endgame. I know that. So we'll get a couple million out of there. You know? That's it. All right, that's the plan, man. Avengers got to survive past July 3rd, man. Let's go, bro. Let's go, people. All right, so other than that, I want to watch Doom Patrol, the rest of them. I want to review them. I want to watch Good Omens because I love David Tennant. So, absolutely. Right now, I'm pondering what streaming service I'm going to get because I can't get all these streaming services. I might be able to get one. Do I get Amazon Prime for Good Omens? Do I get CBS All Access so I can review Discovery and Picard's coming and all that stuff? I mean, what do you do? There's also a new streaming service that's starting now that I was not expecting. And AMC is putting out a horror streaming service to combat the other ones. And of course, I'm sure they're going to have Walking Dead on that streaming service. But AMC is going to have a horror streaming service. So I have a feeling as the year goes on, there's going to be some streaming services that are going to be totally eliminated, right? The DC one, I don't know, unless they put more content on there, I don't know if that's going to survive. It might be mixed with Netflix. But then again, Netflix, they already, like the CW turned on Netflix and they're not allowing them to get any new stuff. So, again, I think they want to put Arrow and all that stuff on the DC universe. Like the episodes just have it there and nowhere else. And then we got the other, like, streaming services too, like CBS All Access. Will that last? Because I got to tell you, there's no variety there. And there's like really, the interest is not that great when it comes to like anything else on there other than Star Trek. But again, Star Trek's mixed. Like a lot of us don't like Discovery. So, but then we got Picard, which I heard that Brett Spinner is reprising his role as Lieutenant Commander Data. Now, of course, he's probably not going to be Lieutenant Commander Data. He's probably going to be like Captain Data or whatever. But probably goes with the theory that his, maybe like space Wi-Fi or something, that he just uploaded it into B4's programming, and then maybe they made a body for him, and then he's okay. But what I would suggest is, because now we're in 2019, have Brett Spinner be Data, but you don't have to paint his face where he looks human, because technology is advanced, so he could look human but not be human. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could be an android but totally look human, and that's what they should do. So you don't have to put the makeup on. Just be Data without the makeup. Just put the eyes in maybe, and that's it, or whatever. So I think that's what they should do. Like, forget about the makeup, because I know you don't like the makeup. So forget about the makeup. Just put the contact lenses in or whatever, and that's it. Or maybe even if you don't want to do that, don't do that. But we know the show's evolved. He doesn't have to look like Silver and stuff like that. That's, that was like the 80s. Let's update it a little bit. To put the makeup on. That'll be good. So if Data returns, what are the chances that the other Next Generation members return? That's the question, which I don't know what's happening right now with it. I know they're filming it. I don't know what, I think they scrapped a lot of stuff they said originally because it sounds like crap, some of that stuff, But still hot this month. That's cool. All right. Stranger Things. You're gonna have that in July, right? There's a rumor that David Harbour was gonna be in Black Widow as like Benjamin Grimm, which I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't think so. Chris Hemsworth was talking about Star Trek thing, which is really a shame, because like, what is it that you can't afford these guys? I mean, I kind of want to blame J.J. Abrams, because like, they re-signed these people with the exception of Chris Hemsworth. They re-signed like Chris Pine and everything, and then the new CEO, they were cheap. They wanted to cut the budget, like with their pay. Like, you know what? You got to be real cheapskate to do that. And the fact that I feel J.J. Abrams didn't go back to Christopher Pine because he's a Spock lover and not a Kirk lover, I think that's absurd. And he kind of ruins the whole point of there being another Star Trek. So now everybody's gonna have to look forward to Quentin Tarantino's rendition of Star Trek, which is probably gonna be with Kirk and Spock and all that, hopefully. So that would be nice if they do that movie. That knocks it out of the park. That does more money than all, J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. And then they could do the time travel thing with Chris Hemsworth and maybe restore the Prime Universe or whatever they're going to do. So definitely want to see the card when it comes out. I don't think Discovery is going to happen. I think that the card's going to do really well. And I think that they may not commit to Star Trek Discovery. I think they just said that because that makes sense. Like, you're not going to cancel Discovery and then have a card show, because then people will be like, what the hell's going on? So you say it's not canceled and it's making a new season. You film Picard and they say, oh yeah, by the way, Picard's successful. Oh, Discovery's canceled. And then, but if Discovery gets canceled, that means that all those plans get canceled. Probably, Section 31 or whatever, all these different things, Mirror show, whatever, out the window. So I don't know what you're going to do with that. But we got Fear the Walking Dead that's back. And that's been good lately. It has. I don't know what we're going to do. Like, I heard that this is the last season of Fear the Walking Dead, and that everybody merges into Walking Dead when it's over. So that way they can eliminate Fear the Walking Dead show, right? Because what's happening is so many people are going to die in Walking Dead that you don't want these newbies. You need people you're familiar with, and who better than all the Fear the Walking Dead people to be in the Walking Dead show and take it over? Because I don't want to see if you kill Rosita, Eugene, Father Gabriel, and Aaron, and I mean just everybody. Who are you gonna watch the show for? Like really? So to have them lead, like Morgan lead Alexandria, probably. I mean that's with his group, and maybe Strand would lead one thing, and Alicia lead another thing, and that's what probably would happen. Um, Now Rick Grimes the movie, that's what I'm looking forward to. Definitely, I can't wait for that. And I would rather see Michonne in there and Daryl in there and all that stuff. I'm hoping that they don't kill Daryl because I want him to be in the Rick Grimes movies. And I'm hoping they don't kill Michonne, and I hope they don't kill Carol, because I have a feeling that they're all going to be with Rick. And that's going to springboard it. And that probably will do better than. I don't think Walking Dead would die if you bring the Fear the Walking Dead people in there. I think you got another 2 seasons if you got the Fear the Walking Dead people in there, at least. And then maybe you bring somebody back to the show. Like I would kind of hope that after the Rick Grimes movies were done. Oh, thank you, Troy. I would kind of hope that after the Rick Grimes movies were done, that he would go right back into the show, with Michonne. Because I have a feeling Daryl's going to leave too, and Carol's going to leave too, but then what's going to happen with Rick's kid? Like his kids. I mean, that's like, who's watching them? It's like the Fear the Walking Dead people going to be watching them. It's like, But that's the thing. You have to understand. You have to make the show longevity. It's got to be able to survive. It's a franchise. They're talking out of their what. And they're like, oh, Walking Dead on there 15 years, 20 years. Like, get out of here. Realistically, come on. So if you're killing everybody and you're taking away all these fan favorites, why would I watch it? Unless, of course, you put the characters from Fear the Walking Dead, who are really lovable and likable, that you really did wonders with that show. You bring them into Walking Dead, and they just take over, just like Rick took over Alexandria and everything else. Like, you have these guys take over, The only thing that I really don't like, and totally was dead set against, is that they killed Madison. That was the biggest mistake I think they could have done. And I think to this day, I don't care that they don't like reverse it. She didn't die. Like she went to do this thing, and then all of a sudden somebody would call to her, oh, come down here. Like maybe somebody was living and there was like a basement area or something in the stadium or something going on, and she was able to escape because, maybe she got hurt and she has amnesia or something. Maybe she's a villain. But, to kill Madison, that was the biggest, stupidest thing you could have done, honestly, because she was so good, man. I mean, and I know she was heartbroken, the actress, but that is insane. You don't do that. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So, Fear the Walking Dead, probably going to take over Walking Dead. So the way it's probably going to be is you're going to have Fear the Walking Dead Part 1, Fear the Walking Dead Part 2, right, of this season, right? Then you're going to have, and then they're going to merge, right? Right into Walking Dead. Boom. Is that what it's going to be? And then that's going to be probably a mixture of a season. Or maybe they won't just merge right into it, because that's a lot of that's a lot of time. So what they might do is they end Fear the Walking Dead season, total season, where they're close to Alexandria. Like they're close but not there yet. And then you bring them in the mid-season finale of Walking Dead. Because again, you got to give them a break. They can't be filming like a whole year straight. It's not fair. And I know they're going to have new contracts and everything else too, because, they filmed their whole season. They're going to need a break and then go right into Walking Dead. So I would say, so what are we going on? Season Are we going on season? Is this 10 of Walking Dead? What season is this? I'm trying to think. Well, whatever season this is, um, you would have Fear the Walking Dead show up in the mid-season of this upcoming season. So I guess Walking Dead starts in October, right? So they would come right before Christmas, the Fear the Walking Dead people, the last episode. And then you would have, it come back in February. So February, we would have the Fear the Walking Dead members regularly in Walking Dead. That's where I think it's going to happen. And as far as the Rick Grimes thing, I guess Rick Grimes thing will be released next year. So after Walking Dead goes off the air, right? Then Fear the Walking Dead, instead of it coming back on, it will be Rick Grimes' movie. So Rick Grimes movie 1 would take the place of the time slot for Fear the Walking Dead, right? But it's only one. But here's the thing: it's only a movie, so it's not all those weeks. So the plan would probably be to start the new Walking Dead show like next year, because I think they're filming now, right? So like when Fear the Walking Dead is supposed to be on, you'll see Rick Grimes' movie, then you'll see the new show first part, and then you'll see Walking Dead return like in February. So you probably would have a Rick Grimes movie in January, I would think, right? Unless they save it to the summer. I don't know. No, they got to have it soon. They can't wait on that. So I'm trying to do calculations. Let's see. So Rick Grimes would come in, unless he comes in. He's not going to come at Christmas. They're not going to do that. So Walking Dead ends the first half in December, right? You have your Christmas break. January comes Rick Grimes, the movie. Boom, right? Next week after, Walking Dead, third show. Okay. That goes off. February comes, Walking Dead. That goes mid-season, Walking Dead, third show, second half. That's if it gets a second half. You remember when Fear the Walking Dead started, I think there was only 6 episodes. So is the third Walking Dead a 6-episode order, or is it like 16-episode order? That I'm not sure of. So then you would have Rick Grimes, the movie, in January, right, of 2020. Then you would have the second movie probably in 2021, and then third movie in 2022. And I would think that regardless of what they say, that Rick Grimes would return into Walking Dead after that. Because, we had to do was shoot these movies. So he had a lot of time with his family, a lot of different things. 3 years, a lot of things could change, so maybe he would return to walk. Because I don't believe that. I don't believe any of that when they say he's never coming back to Walking Dead again. No, that's something that you tell everybody, so that way they go see Rick Grimes the movie, because that's the only way they're going to see Rick Grimes, right? You don't tell anybody, oh, he's never coming back. He's coming back to Walking Dead in a couple years, but we're going to do the movies first. No, that's because then it's like people won't see it, right? For some reason, people are funny. They're like, oh, I'll just wait for him to come back. No. You say, oh, he's never coming back to Walking Dead. People are like, oh my God, I'm going to see Rick. Rick Grimes, man. So that's it. You see the movies, and then when it's done, he's back. Now another factor about The Walking Dead is, Atlanta, Georgia, they're not happy with them. Nobody is happy with them with the law that passed about abortion, and all the actresses that work for all these movie companies and everything, they're like not like that is deal breaker for a lot of these actresses that they find out that, yeah, I know, Brian. I forgot to say that. A lot of these actresses, they find out that a movie's filmed in Georgia. That's going to cause a problem for them. That's a deal breaker. They might drop out of a movie, and these movie companies don't want to deal with that nonsense. They don't want to deal with drama. They don't want to deal with like fighting with the actresses. So, their people are not happy. They're not happy. And you know what? Georgia should have never did that. Like they made, you know what I'm saying? Like, because again, regardless of what your religious belief is, I understand totally. Like, with a woman's right to choose. Like, so yeah, it might be wrong, like whatever, but the circumstances behind it. You can't tell anybody what to do with their body and everything. So they should have never passed that law. Okay. That I just felt, leave it up to the woman to decide what she wants to do. And just government don't get involved in that garbage. You know what I'm saying? Don't get involved in people's personal stuff. So that should be eliminated, because here's the thing: if it doesn't get eliminated, and I can't believe that these politicians are that stupid, Atlanta, Georgia, but the amount of money they're going to lose, revenue and all that stuff, is going to cripple the state. Like, are you, oh my God, like really? Just eliminate the damn law, like erase it, wipe it out, like goodbye. Don't make it pass. Don't make it whatever, But they're going to learn, because people are just stupid when they do stuff like that. These people, they make these laws, they think it sounds good on paper. It's not. Like, they should be passing way more important stuff than that. So if The Walking Dead has to move from Georgia, that means that also in the show, there's probably going to be new communities and new areas, because you're not going to have Alexandria. They're not going to make it look different. It's going to have to look similar. So they're not going to be in Georgia anymore. Or wherever they say they're in Virginia, right? But they're film in Georgia. So what are you going to do? You're going to have Walking Dead in New York? Probably not. It's very expensive. I mean, as much as I would love to see, like, Rick Grimes in Times Square, maybe for a Rick Grimes movie, maybe, but I would love to see something like that, like weird stuff, like battling walkers in Central Park or something. That would be like amazing. But that could be like a movie thing. Yeah, you know what? That's a weird thing. Why didn't they ever do a zombie movie in Central Park, New York? Still do it now because I give them an idea. No, I mean, like, seriously, think about that. Walkers or zombies in Central Park. Do like a zombie movie in New York. How crazy would that be? Why don't they have the money to do that? Maybe somebody should get the idea now. They gave it to them. And if you do, I want to be in it. So ask me. No. Just imagine how cool would that be, right? Rick Grimes in Central Park, right? By the fountain. Oh my God, sick. So yeah, season 5. I mean, Dwight, who cares? Really, right? How the hell is he there? Like, does anybody care that Dwight's in there? Not really. I think, big deal. That's a stupid thing. Now, Salazar, yeah, okay, that's great. But, I mean, was he a villain? I don't know if he's a villain. That they should make a thing where Madison's alive, she got hurt or something, and she's like, villain or something. That would be sick. And like she had to battle, like a daughter would have like, oh my God, how do we stop her and can't kill her? And imagine that'd be so cool. They did that, and then she got fixed at the end. Like, but her being a top villain. I mean, it would have been really cool if she lived and you found out that her brother is like Rick Grimes or something, because that would have been perfect. Because that means they could have did so much with that, where Alicia is like his niece, and it'd be like, oh shit, Rick Grimes' niece. And then it would fit in with Judith and all that, because then she'd be like, that's like, like my cousin or whatever. And it's like, protective and stuff like that. It would have been really cool. So, because they said, oh, is she related to Rick? Is she related to Daryl? It's like, I mean, that would have been cool if she was related to Rick. That would have been great. and if she was still alive. But it's a funny thing, we got news that David Morrissey is being eyed to be in the MCU. Now, here's the thing. I heard that, they were throwing names around, will he be Norman Osborn? But that's a Sony thing. That's not a MCU thing. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I heard that Bryan Cranston was cast, but that's not been official anywhere. But, like, I heard he's going to appear. He might even appear in Far From Home. I don't know. But, we don't know yet. So, but with Spider-Man, now we're going to Spider-Man. I know I'm jumping around, but I really hope that they don't do the Sinister Six in this movie, like, at the end. Like, I hope they don't have a thing, because here's the thing. The reason why you can't do that is Spider-Man hasn't been established yet to be a hero enough in New York for a long period of time to warrant villains teaming up to go against him. Because people are like, who the hell is this? Because if you remember, most of the time Spider-Man's in Civil War, Infinity War, he's everything with the Avengers, but he's not doing his own thing, where he's working for the Bugle and as an intern, he's going to school, he's fighting all these villains. He's not in New York enough because all this stuff happening. It's been years. He's aging, I get it, but you haven't established Spider-Man by himself. And I think that's the biggest problem that I can't stand what they're doing, is because there's too many hands spoil the soup. I wasn't happy that Iron Man was in it, but I accepted it, okay? But that's it. Now you got Nick Fury. Now you got S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe you're going to throw in. Stop. Just get next movie, please. Stop going for the biggest movie there is, okay? Because this is where you're going to make a mistake. All right? Establish him in the Daily Bugle as an intern in New York, okay? Whether he goes to college, whatever. Let him work for J. Jonah Jameson taking pictures. Please do that, okay? Get J.K. Simmons in there. I don't care. Put him back in there, please. Because they did the same thing with Mark Hamill with the Trickster. He's J. Jonah Jameson in this universe too. Get him in there, okay? And just bounce off that, right? Bounce off of it, okay? Because the dynamic between Tom Holland and J.K. Simmons would be unbelievable, because he's a kid, when he's talking to him, he actually looks like a kid, he's a kid. So it would be fantastic. And Tom Holland's getting older, so it's great because, Spider-Man in his 20s, that's excellent. Then we can have the height of Spider-Man. I mean, right now, you can't do like a Kraven the Hunter, Kraven's Last Hunt, where he buries Spider-Man alive. That's too dark. That's like DC dark. You can't even do that right now, right? You can't do Gwen Stacy. You can't do Gwen Stacy dying a Green Goblin. You can't do any of that because they did it so kiddie-ish, Breakfast Club, this, that. Like, it would be like, people be horrified to see that. So Spider-Man 3 is the last movie of the deal, right? Put him by himself, please. Please don't go bigger and do this and don't do that, okay? No one's going to form the Sinister Six to fight him because he hasn't even been like Spider-Man for like enough time in New York to be even noticed, okay? And if they did notice him, it would be weird because he hasn't been Spider-Man that much in New York, like on camera. Whether they say it's off camera, that's different. But on camera, in there, they gotta have him in New York. Fight somebody, get somebody good. Don't create stupid villains either, okay? Don't do stupid. I don't like that elemental crap. That's like annoying. That's annoying, okay? Don't do that. Hydra Man and Multiman, please don't do that. Mysterio I love, and now the Chameleon's in this too. That's weird. I mean, don't do too many villains. Next movie, do one villain. Norman Osborn, whatever, Doc Ock, whatever, but Alfred Molina, definitely Doc Ock. Don't, and I could see them doing Spider-Verse also eventually with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, which would be great, but don't think you have to get the deal signed again, right? Disney should, they do a Spider-Man 3, sign the deal, new deal where Spider-Man has 4 more movies with Tom Holland, plus Disney budges, and they allow Venom and different things. They allow Tom Holland to be in movies that they create in Sony's verse where he's fighting, Kingpin or whatever, or it'll be Raven, it'll be a separate movie. That's fine. Disney needs to budge with that because we need to get like at least 4 movies. I want 5, but 4 movies for the MCU with Spider-Man. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you enjoyed this nice live stream. If you want to see more, please let me know. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.